The hotel loyalty app welcomed him back. I wasn't supposed to see it. Hook. The notification lit his phone at 9:41 p.m. while he was in the shower, the screen careless on the counter. Welcome back, Mr. Dawson. Your preferred suite has been prepared. Double points awarded for your stay. I wasn't staying anywhere. Neither was he, according to the calendar we share like an oath. The app had no reason to lie. My name is Grant. I'm 35. I write copy that sells patience to people who think speed is a virtue. My husband is Oliver. He designs lighting for theaters and ballrooms until strangers think applause is oxygen. We've been married 4 years, long enough to build competence into muscle memory. Coffee where a hand will find it. The good glasses even for water because ceremony should do its job. A kiss at the doorframe calibrated to keep schedules holy. We don't break easily. Sometimes that's its own risk. I left the phone face down where it had been, the steam curling above it like a warning even the tiles wanted to deliver. When he came out wrapped in a towel, humming a tune too cheerful for the hour, I said nothing. I kissed his shoulder, careful, the way you do when you're putting a pin in a map of a city you already know is burning. The next morning he said he had a production meeting. He kissed me at the door, coffee still warm in his hand. I tracked the app. By 10:12 it confirmed. Suite 804 checked in. Estimated checkout, noon tomorrow. At lunch I told my assistant I needed air. Air turned out to be the lobby of the Calder Hotel, citrus in the ducts, brass pretending not to be proud of itself. The desk clerk smiled like she'd been trained to recognize men in trouble. "Welcome back," she said. She handed me a guest card without asking for ID. Maybe she thought we shared a surname. Maybe she thought mercy was part of her job description. The elevator mirrored me back, a version of myself I didn't want to be seen with. 804 waited at the end of a hall that smelled like money rehearsing humility. The key chirped, the lock surrendered, the door swung. Oliver stood by the window, sleeves rolled with the patience of wrists that know their appeal. On the bed sat a man whose face would be forgiven under fluorescent light and worshipped under anything warmer. His tie was undone to the degree statutes should take an interest. He looked at me, not surprised, which made me hate him less. "I'm Daniel," he said. He didn't offer a hand, which was correct. "Do you want me to leave?" he asked, and it's still the sexiest sentence a stranger can say when he means it. "Yes," I said. "Thank you," I added, because my mother is a religion I won't renounce at a hotel door. He nodded, touched Oliver's knuckles with 2 fingers, punctuation, not claim, and passed me with heat polite enough to be weather. The door closed behind him like a gavel. Oliver didn't move. Neither did I. The city below us testified with horns and brakes, and a siren that wasn't sure what crime it wanted to attend. "You kissed him," I said, because questions are for people willing to entertain lies. "Twice," Oliver said. "He doesn't rehearse. It's why I've trusted him longer than I should. Once because I wanted to be chosen without auditioning. Once because I wanted to hurt us hard enough to move. Both times I thought of you. Both times I kept going." I put my palm where it belongs, between his shoulder blades, pressed into the square that convinces lungs to obey. We kept it clean enough for cameras, and explicit enough that the glass remembered our names. My mouth found the place under his jaw where my name pays rent. He breathed like a man stepping down from a ledge he had no business climbing. "I don't want to audition for your forgiveness," he said. "I want to be chosen and then worth it." "Then stop checking into rooms that invoice," I said. "If you need theater, build it at home." He laughed once, sharp, unhandsome, and the sound put my sternum back on shift. We sat on the bed that had been auditioning for a role it couldn't earn. He told me the short version of the long story. The after-hours drinks disguised as work, the text that arrived like permission, the elevator that didn't even try to talk him out of it. He said Daniel's name twice and mine until the inch behind my ribs remembered its job. We checked out together. The clerk didn't raise an eyebrow. The receipt folded into my pocket like a witness hiding its face. At home, I did the thing we invented after our first ruin. I taped a square of blue painter's tape to the kitchen window and wrote 807 above it with the pencil that lives by the calendar. 4 minutes of breath with his palm where breath listens. 3 minutes of inventory, 3 facts, 2 fears, 1 want. No prosecution. Water in the good glasses at 8:20 because small noises prevent large ones. Ritual is the only bridge we've managed not to burn. That night he pressed his palm at 8:07 and my lungs obeyed like good employees with a bad boss. At 8:12 he inventoried. 3 facts: he'd blocked Daniel's number, canceled the next hotel reservation, told his stage manager no more after hours. 2 fears: that he's addicted to applause and can't quit, that my dignity will outprice his hunger. 1 want: me in the grammar of work, keep showing up. We drank water like it was sacrament. We kept the room decent and explicit enough to make the window forgive us. It wasn't tidy. Twice that week he was late and the old monologue in my throat powdered its nose and asked for a microphone. I made it sit by the sink and listened to the refrigerator sermon on patience. Once I saw Daniel outside a bar, sleeves rolled to the criminal degree, laughing with a woman whose earrings looked like punctuation. He lifted 2 fingers, whether not invitation. I answered the same. Spite is expensive. I intend to retire loved. At 3:15 my phone buzzed a push alert: no app confesses to coding. Listen to 11 seconds of water. I sent present/bus stop. He replied present/catwalk, which is Lightman for I'm up where the weight is, making sure nothing falls on you while you walk underneath. We fought properly, quiet like citizens with neighbors, accurate like men who intend to stay. I asked why applause still wears oxygen's clothes in his body. He asked why I polish dignity until it slips. I said I'm tired of writing copy for us that reads like compliance. He said he forgot he could ask me for noise. Our sentences were small and heavy and better than shouted lies. He said Daniel's name without flinching. He said mine like an address he won't sublet. The loyalty app emailed a survey. Tell us about your stay, I typed. Your water pressure is honest. Your sheets are complicit. We're moving our loyalty program to our kitchen. I didn't send it. I read it to him at 8:20 and he kissed the corner of my mouth like feedback should be physical. We built customs at the border of home. When one of us enters, he says, I'm in, because present is sexier than sorry when it's honest. The hallway light is on a sensor now. It wakes when we cross the air. If one of us must be late, he texts present place. The lock clicks like a paid witness. We treat it kindly so it keeps telling the truth. Last night at 8:07 the square did its work. His palm pressed the back of the heart, my lungs obeyed. The city tried to narrate outside. We let it audition and then cut the scene. At 8:12 we inventoried. At 8:20 the glasses clicked. We failed a little at decency and the window forgave us by being glass. Tonight at 7:58 I'll set my phone face down like manners are still a technology worth installing. At 8:07 his palm will find the square again and remind my body of its employer. If we miss, we'll do the only miracle repetition ever made plausible. Try again. 8:17, 10, 10, 11, 11, whenever mercy clocks in. Somewhere a loyalty program is welcoming the wrong 2 names. Our door knows our knock. It keeps opening when we ask it to.